let's see what's going on with some fast news. Apparently, Courtney Clenny, remember that person? She was the OnlyFans model that decided to stab her boyfriend outside of the camera, right? I think in their apartment, she stabbed him straight in the heart, dead. But yeah, anyways, she is apparently getting her court trial date is set to December 1st. Yes, we get to watch. I don't know if it's gonna be online or not. But apparently she will be getting her court trials going soon, very soon, in the next 4 months. So yeah, we'll take a look at that when that comes up. On to the next. South Korea's newly elected left-wing president Lee Jae-myung announcing that South Korea will start embracing multiculturalism, will crack down on anti-immigration activism. I mean, they kind of already have a multiculturalism thing going where they they have expats. A lot of these Asian countries have expats, right? People who decide to go over to that country and
연속성 있게 소중히 갖고 나가면서 급변하는 국제 정세에 유연하게 대처하기 위해 특정한 사고에 치우치지 않고 서로의 이익을 증진시키는 다양한 협력과 연대를 모색해 나갈 것입니다. 협력과 연대를 통해 키워지는 국익은 결국 서로 민생에 도움이 될 것입니다. 또한 국제사회가 직면하고 있는 다양한 글로벌 도전을 함께 헤쳐나가기 위해
to overcome the various global challenges facing the international community, the Republic of Korea's pursuit. Responsible power begins with the creating a society free from prejudice and discrimination rather than using grandiose. I believe that. Holy shit, he's talking way too fast. As you can see, Korean is one of those fast languages. The way to elevate the national prestige of the Republic of Korea is to stop looking coldly at the migrant workers living right next to us and eliminate prejudice. There are approximately 2.65 million foreigners residing in Korea, correct? And the number is steadily increasing. As the number of migrant workers and multicultural families increase, the composition of society is also becoming increasingly diverse. A culture that respects the difference and diversity is the very foundation upon which a society develops. And our government will work even harder to nurture the foundation. Recently, xenophobia, the sentiments and violations of the human rights of migrant workers have been occurring in some parts of Korea. We fully recognize the seriousness of these issues and will respond accordingly. We promise to respond thoroughly, especially to acts of discrimination, violence, and human rights violations. There are more than 7 million Koreans living around the world, representing approximately 10% of the combined population of North and South Korea. I ask you to pay special attention to protecting the rights and safety of our citizens living in your countries. So there you have it. Right, and so an expat is short for expatriate, is a person who lives in a country other than their native country. So yes, you basically have people, right? You have this cultural exchange that happens, right, between countries because everyone's more open than usual nowadays, right? You can travel by sea, you can travel by boat now, or I'm sorry, air, right? A lot of air with the planes, but yes, you got people moving in and out of the countries basically every day. There you have it. This is Visgrad 24. What do we have next? We got what? Oh yeah, Yeah, apparently this luxury boat just is just a new boat set to they set it out. And well, unfortunately, I don't think I don't think it's coming back over there. You can tell it's lopsided right now for some reason. Yeah, why is it lopsided? Uh-oh. 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 It's tipping. Oh, it's tipping. Oh, shit. Oh, it's down. There goes the yacht. Ouch. Lost the yacht. The yacht is gone. Sad fucking times. Oh, that was an expensive yacht too. Right? Oh man, it's just oh fuck. That must suck. Hey? As it sinks to the bottom of the ocean, it meets Davy Jones. Okay, I'm sorry. What's this? We got China doing like a military parade. Oh, look at their launchers. This is what we have too. But we use bigger missiles. No, there's other systems too. Yeah, we basically have a lot of these systems too. Oh, there's the bigger. Oh, there's the bigger ones. There's the big boys. What the fuck? Hey, yo, they're trying to steal our stealth plane design. Did you see that shit? It looks just like the fucking B-2, right? That's shady, dude. These are all their payloads, I'm guessing. All the big boys. Right, DF-61. DF-5C. Right, these are cannon or artillery stuff. Bombardment. That looks like a rocket. Or a missile. Anyways, there you have it. And then they're showing off their arms.
Wish TV, Indiana's only statewide TV news network. News 8 continues now.
In Portugal, emergency officials in Lisbon say at least 15 people are dead in the Portuguese capital after the city's famous streetcar derailed. These are images from the scene. The streetcar is one of the city's most iconic and popular tourist attractions, carrying people up and down the hills of the city. It's not yet known what caused that to derail.
Yeah, but now it's derailed and just killed some people. Oof. That's rough. Memeology, what do we got here? Former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot claims out of control crime in Chicago is a manufactured crisis. Oh, please.
He
Bitch,
wants to scare the heck out of immigrant communities, and he wants to
also
use
in the shit of it too. What is this
National
bitch
Guard
talking about?
or the military coming in to Chicago.
You
to
gave
boost up
these
the
people
ICE
your
numbers.
high crime
But
rate, you
one
dumb
thing I want to be
bitch.
clear about: we got a ruling today in San Francisco from a federal
And then when
judge
people were
that
getting
said
upset at you
the
that we were
pretense of
calling out how
sending
you
in the troops
got
into
high crime
LA
rate,
was just that.
you got
and we
visibly
had lawyers
upset.
defending that administration that clearly put on
Remember
perjured
Lori
testimony
Lightfoot? Yeah, she
about
was the one who
farce
got
and
upset
the
that she was
factual
getting
basis
called out
for doing
for
it.
her
If he comes to Chicago,
crime,
he's going to be in
her
court,
crime rate in
and
her
it's going to be
city.
he's going to be sued by
state.
the state. He's going to be sued by the city, and I believe that there will be private interests.
She got
that
all
also sue him.
fucking
This
pissy.
is not about violent crime.
Like,
and I
no,
don't think we
you
should
don't
pretend
have
that
this
this
crime rate. You
manufactured
guys are
crisis
lying.
and his attempt to provoke people in Chicago is legitimate exercise of power. It is not. Coming into Chicago with troops would violate the Posse Comitatus Act, and he would find the same result as he did in LA and in California.
Uh-oh.
And I don't think we should pretend that this manufactured crisis.
Also, like I said, South
LA
LA just recently had a shooting spree.
Legitimate exercise of power.
Not too long, like last week or some shit, right? Where it seems to be gang related, where some gang member was just going around shooting people, or other gang members of some sort. Anyways, there you have it. What is this? Babylon Bee? Oh yeah, here's the...
A federal judge has blocked a California law banning political deepfakes after critics said it restricted free speech.
Basically, Babylon Bee is the satirical parody, right?
And others filed a lawsuit arguing that the law violated free speech rights.
Right. Spins things in that way.
California Governor Gavin Newsom signed 2 bills into law, Assembly Bill 2839 and AB 2655. Both laws aim to restrict the creation and use of deepfake content featuring political figures,
and basically all the,
during election
in a sense,
to prevent misinformation.
I don't even think they use AI that much, to be honest. And even if they use a deepfake, they're using it for parody and satire, comedy. There's nothing to, yeah, they would be essentially trying to shackle you from free speech.
Under the First Amendment,
they're trying to take your free speech away.
Narrowly tailored to target only false speech causing real legal harm, rather than targeting content.
I mean, basically all the content where you have all the AI presidents singing songs. Yeah, those would be essentially, you can't have those if they did this. Which is kind of like, no, that's against free speech. We can use your voices to put you on songs.
And the other plaintiffs in the case were represented by Alliance Defending Freedom, a legal organization
you're a public
focused on
figure.
religious
Shut the
freedom
fuck
and
up.
free speech.
You know how easy it is to
Our job
get
hard
your
enough
fucking
when our
audio
jokes keep coming true,
your
as
audio
if they were prophecies.
file,
The Babylon Bee
and then people
CEO
just
said
run it through
Dillon said in
AI
a
to
statement,
mimic a
but it
fucking
becomes
song.
significantly more
It's
difficult
not hard.
when self-serving politicians abuse their power to try to control public discourse and clamp down
All
on
you
comedy.
need is like a
We're pleased the court
10,
recognized
like a
the
12-second
First
clip of
Amendment
someone
secures our right to
talking.
tell jokes, even ones
And right,
the
you can
government
turn that
doesn't
10,
like.
12-second
In July
clip into a
2024,
whole
after
fucking
Newsom
song.
saw a parody video of Vice President Kamala Harris and said it should be illegal, the California legislature quickly passed those 2 bills aimed at restricting such content. Newsom then signed those bills into law on September 17th, 2024. For Straight Arrow News, I'm Lauren Keenan. If you want more on this
Data
story,
is
download the Straight Arrow News app
yeah,
or
all you
visit
do is
SAN.com.
get the data you need and you're fucked. That's how data works. What is this?
Hi, everyone, and welcome to 11 Live News Midday this Wednesday. I'm Jonathan Martin. Right now, the U.S. Health Department, the Health and Human Services Department, is responding to a letter employees sent to Secretary of Health Robert F. Kennedy Jr. asking him to resign. 11 Alive Stephanie Haynock is live from CDC headquarters. So, Steph, how many signatures are on this letter?
Oh.
Yeah, so Jonathan, at last check, there
I don't
were
think
just
this
over
is gonna work.
3,000 signatures. The group of health workers saying in that letter,
Right,
that
if you couldn't do it with Fauci, you're not going to be able to do it with Robert F. Kennedy.
Continuing to endanger the health of the nation. This image also shared along with that 2-page letter where healthcare workers call out Kennedy for not responding to their first letter sent last month. The letter details why they want Kennedy to step down, reading that Kennedy facilitated the firing of CDC Director Susan Manarez, calls the resignation of 3 other senior CDC officials, refuses to be briefed by CDC
getting mad at
experts, and
the
manipulates
president.
data
Right,
to
they're
support
trying to
his
save
views,
these
and
liberal
makes misleading
Democrat
claims about
motherfuckers for
doctors
some
and
reason.
hospitals being liable for following vaccine guidelines he disagrees with. Now, in the last hour, HHS releasing a statement in response to this letter saying that Secretary Kennedy has been clear the CDC has been broken for a long time, and that, quote, commitment to evidence-based science is why in just 7 months, he and the HHS team have accomplished more than any health secretary in history. Now, in that letter sent by healthcare workers, they also say that if Kennedy declines to resign, they will turn to the president and the U.S. Congress to make a move and appoint a new Secretary of Health and Human Services to take over.
They want him to appoint someone new, even though he just went through that headache to appoint him.
I'm Stephanie Chaybalk, 11 Alive News.
All right, Steph, we know
They
you
basically wanted him to do another
vote
vote to appoint someone else, which is just like, what? Get the fuck out of here. What is this? Epstein accuser call on Congress to release all files.
Begin this hour in Washington, D.C., where there is new momentum today to release all of the files connected to the investigation of notorious sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
Today, 8 survivors of Epstein's abuse were on Capitol Hill to join lawmakers in support of a new bill. It would force the Justice Department to release everything the government has connected to that case. Those survivors took part in an emotional news conference where they recounted what happened to them.
You do not need to put this to a vote whatsoever. They should have just fucking released the information when it was during the Biden
Democrats on the committee say less than 1,000 of them contained new information.
All of this comes after NBC News conducted an interview with survivors of Epstein and Maxwell's abuse. They spoke exclusively
apparently
with NBC
less
News
than
Now
1,000
anchor
of them contain new information.
Hallie Jackson, and Hallie joins us
So
now.
basically,
Hallie,
most of it
some
is
the survivors that you
already
spoke to
stuff
took
we
part in
already
today's
know,
news conference
right?
with members
And
of
then the
Congress.
rest
I know
is
you were there
maybe
as well.
some
They called this historic.
new
What were their
unredacted
messages?
stuff.
It was such.
Right.
It was not just a rally, Kate and Zinkley. It was very much a rallying cry, and they had a very clear message to members of Congress and a very clear message just down Pennsylvania
Correct.
Avenue to
It
the
was
White
more
House.
like
They want to see
a
Congress do
the
more
event they
for
held
more
today was
transparency
more
to
like
sign on
a
their push in this specific instance was to get
right,
more members of
like
Congress
a
to sign on to get this
speech
bill that you're talking
or
about
like
over the finish line.
an
Essentially,
event
that
to
would compel
call
the
out
Department of
the
Justice to release more
politicians.
information, more files related to the Jeffrey Epstein case. Epstein, of course, died by suicide awaiting trial back in 2019 on those federal sex trafficking charges. There was also a message to President Trump, too, which was essentially to the president, support us, back us, believe us, and help us in this effort. You heard many of the survivors who spoke today say this is not a hoax. And that is exactly the kind of language that the president has used and even used again today. And so they are just calling on people to help support them in this push for transparency. We also heard from one individual, one woman, who for the very first time is speaking out publicly about the abuse she said she suffered at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein. Let me play you that.
There are many pieces of my story that I can't remember, no matter how hard I try. The constant state of wonder causes me so much fear.
Yeah, so what
and so much
happened is
confusion.
basically some of these people
were
were assaulted when they were 12 or 14, right?
That there are people out there who know more about my
for
abuse
whatever reason,
than I do.
Epstein was
The worst part is that
right
the government
doing
is still in
shit with
possession
12,
right now.
14-year-olds. I don't know why. I think he was
of
like
documents and information about
employing. He was like doing some kind of like talent agency
and get over all of
bullshit
this maybe
too.
and help me heal.
And you know, I asked her at one point, Kate and Zinkley, I said, why, you have been silent for
all
so
of
many years, right? You have
all
never
of the
shared your story
women
publicly.
he
Why
would be
now? Why
looking
here?
into
in
would
quite
be
literally the
like
shadow of the Capitol
models
building.
or
And she said, because this is
right
what
would
justice
be going
is. She
into
wants
like
to
some kind
be
of
part of this fight for
entertainment
justice.
industry
And one thing that I heard a lot
business.
too over the course of the last 2 days is this idea that courage is contagious, that there is strength in numbers, and that the more these survivors band together and speak out, the more they will
He's
listen
kind
to
of like a fucking
And Hallie, someone else who's speaking, as you mentioned, is
predator,
the president.
really,
Asked about the Epstein
right?
case in the Oval Office again today. He
Or,
called
I mean, he
it a
is a
Democratic
predator.
hoax. Let's listen first.
I mean, he's been found out he is.
It's really a Democrat hoax. What they're trying to do with the Epstein hoax is get people to talk about that instead of speaking about the tremendous success like ending 7 wars. I ended 7 wars. Nobody's going to talk about this. They're going to talk about the Epstein, whatever. Know that no matter what you do, it's going to keep going. And I think it's enough.
So, Hallie, some of the survivors had said they were offended that the president has repeatedly called this scandal a hoax. How is the White House navigating all of this?
So the White House is looking at this push that is being conducted by this sort of rare alliance that you're seeing on Capitol Hill between MAGA allies and Trump foes coming together here to try to back this. It's called the discharge petition, not to get in the weeds. And the White House does not back this effort. In fact, a White House official said that helping, they say Thomas Massie, the Republican involved here, and liberal Democrats with their attention seeking would be viewed as a very hostile act to the administration.
Yeah, and they seem to be attention seeking.
The White House has said that
given all that's happened, they could have already during the Biden administration, they could have raised a lot of questions, but they
already a
didn't.
move by the House Oversight Committee to try to get the release of more
Right, and
documents.
now they're
as you noted
raising
in the beginning of this
questions
discussion,
during
Zinkley, and
Trump's
they did
admin.
release just late
Right.
yesterday some 30,000 plus pages of material, although the vast majority of it
You
Democrats say
waited
is not
too
new information.
long.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news
You
and
waited
top
too
stories on the NBC
long.
News app or
It
watch
falls
live
on
our
deaf
YouTube channel.
ears. This seems like some kind of political stunt now. Right. On to the next.
Must choose. Will you continue to protect predators, or will you finally protect survivors?
This is what she said.
Transparency is justice. Release the files. end the secrecy, and stand with us in declaring that no one, no billionaires, no politicians, not world leaders, is above the law. And let me announce now, several of us Epstein survivors have been discussing creating our own list of names.
Wait,
Yes.
creating your own list? Wait, what do you mean?
We know the names.
Oh, so you know the names. Why don't you tell
Many of
us?
us were abused by them.
Oh, then why
Now,
don't you
together
release
as
the
survivors,
names?
we will confidentially compile the names we all
Wait,
know
why
were regularly
confidential?
in
What?
the Epstein world.
I'm sorry.
And it will
Why
be done by survivors and for survivors.
So you're not going. So you're not going to go after these people.
No
is
one
what
else
you're
is
saying.
involved.
Like what? What?
Stay tuned for more details
Notice
on
how
that.
she said confidentially. Like what? This is a weird one. See, this is why I didn't believe them.
We confidentially compile the names we all know.
Basically, they know the names of the people that did heinous acts to them, but they don't want to tell you what they are. Like, tell you who they are. Like, what? What? Why aren't these people put in jail? What do you mean you're gonna not tell people who's on the list, even though you're making a list, a new list apparently? Fucking
We're regularly
whatever.
in the
These
Epstein
people
world.
are out of their minds.
And it will be done by survivors and for survivors.
And again, she probably
No one else is involved.
probably didn't
Stay tuned
mean
for more
to
details on
interpret
that.
it like that, but at the same time,
Because
the way
history
she
is
said it
watching,
is so fucking
and so
weird,
are the
right?
women who will
It
come
makes
after
sense.
us. Thank you.
Like, apparently she knows who they are, but doesn't want to tell people who they are. It's like, what? You know, what, did you go to the fucking cops? Like, what? We'll see this later. What's this?
And Emily, Washington, California, and Oregon are launching a new West Coast Health Alliance to coordinate on vaccine access. Now, this is considered a direct response to turnover and turmoil happening after several firings and resignations at U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention under the Trump administration. Now, Governors Kotek, Ferguson, and Newsom released a statement with, quote, President Trump's mass firing of CDC doctors and scientists and his blatant politicization of the agency is a direct assault on the health and safety of the American people. Now, again, this is breaking news just coming into the newsroom. We will be hearing more on this alliance in the next few weeks as, again, Oregon, Washington, and California finalize details on this new health alliance when it comes to vaccine access for residents of all three states. Travis, Emily?
Interesting step into
is.
some regional work together here.
A lot to keep track of there.
Yeah.
James, thank you.
Okay.
There you have it. Oh, I forgot the links for the Drewski shit. Fuck, I fucked up.
Standing by her father in a black suit as they stepped off their armored train in Beijing, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's teenage daughter, known as Ju-ae by South Korean intelligence, has made her first public outing overseas. It fuels further
I mean,
speculation
she might be
his
taking
potential
the
successor in the family's dynastic rule over the nuclear-armed state. Ju-ae, estimated to be around 13 years old, was first shown to the world in state media photos in 2022 as she accompanied her father to the launch of a massive intercontinental ballistic missile. Her public appearances increased from 2023, with state media referring to her as the respected daughter of the leader. Over the years, as she has grown, so too have her appearances in more diplomatic settings. From inspecting a weapons factory,
It looks like she's
to the launch of
starting
abortion,
to
and
see
the
more of the
unveiling of a major
world and
housing
maybe
project in Pyongyang.
learn more
Analysts
stuff,
said there
right?
is no
Because she might
evidence
be
Kim
taking on the
Jong-un
next
ever accompanied his father Kim Jong-il on overseas
role
trips.
of being the
She appeared in
dictator.
the Chinese capital on Wednesday, where Kim Jong-un attended a massive World War II military parade, seen as a projection of power by President Xi Jinping. There is still little known about other Kim children. However, South Korea's intelligence agency considers Ju-ae to be the most likely successor so far, despite questions over whether she can ultimately rise to the top of the male-dominated dynasty.
Well, I mean, she's one who's being flaunted around in public a lot more than the other, right? people, so it must mean that he's trying to make her the next successor, right? Or at least teach her the ropes. And what's this? Shopping cart. Oh no, the Goomba.
You have stolen my dreams, my childhood, with your empty words. How dare you?
How dare you? 54 people were shot in Chicago over the weekend. Is that a problem? Donald Trump is a dictator. Crime has always been a part of our history. Trump got them to defend crime because it's part of our heritage.
We can actually solve crime in the city of Chicago with my plan. We will never be able to end gun violence in Chicago.
58 shot over Labor Day weekend in Chicago as governor rejects Trump threat to send National Guard.
And I am being hated on so much for simply changing sides. And I'm done. I'm so tired of my old fan base. I don't give a fuck about your identity politics. I voted for Trump, and I hate fat people.
Crashing out. And the Fed abolished the IRS. Do you just take both? The police when you rape a teenager in England? The police when you make fun of trans people online in England?
And I lived in West London, Zone 1, which was like about as nice as it gets. You have to constantly live in fear and with the expectation that something bad is going to happen. And it's always at the hands of migrants. And so much of it goes unreported.
Yeah, sure.
You get up in.
I saw this earlier on fucking on X. This was so fucking up. I mean, it's true though. I mean, yeah, some people they literally use controllers sometimes.
You get up in the morning and you doom scroll through
they
things,
do
and
the joystick.
although I will say this, the last few days you woke up thinking there might be news. Just
Trump
saying.
denies he's dead.
Just saying. There will be news sometime. Just so you know, there will be news.
Because he didn't do a meeting or a briefing for like 3 days or some shit. That's why they all got all oh, he's gone. He didn't do it. He's what is he doing here? You think he's dead? That is it true all Asians look alike? I'm your neighbor. Yeah, I mean, shit happens, right? Especially when you got the fucking eyes, right? Alright, there you have it. Anyways, that's gonna be it for fast news. I will leave everything in the description. Sorry, excuse me, like usual. And yeah, check out the sources if you want. Cheers.